all doing great. So today is a beautiful Wednesday, and it's a beautiful day in general. It's rainy. I'll give you guys a view of the rain. Rainy day here in Toronto, guys. What an amazing day, guys. The Lord is good and his mercy endures forever. Every day I wake up, I have to thank the Lord because he's so amazing. So I hope everybody is doing great, in good health, in good spirits, happy. Yeah, today's such a nice day. I mean, it's rainy. I wish it was sunny, but I guess this is spring, and this is Canada. So you just gotta go with the flow. What a nice day, guys! What an absolutely beautiful day to be alive. I think any day that you wake up and you're alive, it's a beautiful day. You gotta give thanks. Be grateful. You know, if you're sick, if you're well, if you're rich, you're poor, whatever situation that you find yourself in, guys, just gotta be thankful. Good morning, guys. What's up? Put in the comments where are you joining from. So I'm Skyfall, and I'm bringing you the most wonderful weather from Toronto, Canada, folks. I'm on my way to work right now, and of course, it is rainy, it's cloudy, and it's cold. So you see it in. I'm not sure if you guys can. You guys see my dashboard? It's showing that it's 6 degrees outside, and maybe inside to it because I don't have my AC on. Me and my wife, we toggle all the time about the temperature. You know how it is. Some like it hot, some like it cold. Me, I love when it's cold. Oh my God, did I just say that? I love when it's hot, guys. I'm a heat guy. I love the heat. And if you don't like the heat, get out of the kitchen, guys. So if you're just joining, show some love, guys. Be nice. Spread some love in the world, and hit that subscribe button, guys. I usually, do these live streams, in the morning when I'm going to work, just to chit chat with my audience, see what's up, what's going on, what's popping, what's snapping. I'm trying to be hip. You're like, sir, you are in a turtleneck. So what's up, guys? Put put in the comment. Where are you from? What's the latest news? What's up here in Toronto? You can see it's rainy, 6 degrees out, and it's May. I don't know why. Why is Canada so cold? Can somebody tell me that? This weather here is crazy. I mean, can you imagine having 9 months of cold weather and only 3 months of heat? So you're basically living in a freezer for 9 months. I mean, there's the thaw cycle, right? You have a freezer. You freeze your meat. You freeze yourself, and then it thaws out, turns into an oven. That's what Canada is like because the summers are quite hot. But something, people say that they rather the cold because there's no bugs. You don't get mosquitoes and all kind of bugs trying to eat you alive. Now, if you live in tropical climate, like in the Caribbean, or look, or say Florida. If you live in Florida, you got to deal with hurricanes. You got to deal with alligators or crocodiles. You got to deal with snakes and a lot of stuff that comes in the tropics. And obviously, you got mosquitoes that carry diseases and all that stuff. So there are some advantages of living in a cold climate. Personally, for me, I rather the heat though. I'd rather be on the beach, sipping pina coladas. Well, I mean, I don't smoke cigars. Smoking is bad for you. Yeah, drinking some pina coladas, maybe some rum and coke or something. Watching the sun rise and set. God, I'm trying to, pump myself up going to work. I'm trying not to be depressed as well. Look at this weather. Tell me, guys. Will anyone be happy in this type of weather? Stuck behind this. What's this? What's this truck carrying? I mean, I'm seeing some signs like, what's that? Flammable, tippable, explosible. Is that a word? I don't like driving behind trucks because, I've seen Final Destination, and I'm not about that life. Trust me. So if I see a truck, especially if it has some hazard symbols on it, or it has some, lumber, some type of metal, you know what's up. You don't want to drive behind any trucks, because anything will happen. Things will fall off. I mean, things will happen, anytime, anywhere. But if you can avoid it, avoid it. Oh my God, this guy's really coming over like this. So what's up, guys? Talk to me. Where are you guys joining from? I guess from the USA, Canada, Egypt, Barbados, England, Australia. Who's in the house as a mouse, guys? Talk to me, guys. Keep my company. So my work is about 2 hours away. I usually, tell you guys that every time I do a live stream. I don't know, different people watch me, so some people I may repeat it, so forgive me. But I know there's a lot of new people that joined in. So today I was thinking, I have a chemistry degree. I have a regulatory affairs, quality assurance, college postgraduate diploma. I'm doing business courses. And when I really think about it, is it is it really worth getting all these degrees, all this education for what? Tell me, guys. Is it worth getting a lot of education these days? And look, here's my take. I think it's good to be educated, right? Maybe at least have a college diploma. At least have, if you don't want to go to college, well, maybe you want to, you can learn a trade. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't really matter if you go to university or not, or college. I mean, depending on your career path, right? I mean, if you want to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever, yeah, then university and some institutions are mandatory. I know that. But if you just sort of, just kind of want a simple job, or you want to start your own business, hey, you can be multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires that didn't finish school, right? So it's not education that makes you successful per se. I mean, yeah, there may be a higher chance of you being successful in business, highly educated, right? But not all the time. There are many people out there that they have more degrees than a thermometer. They have so many college diplomas, and you can't find a job. So, but education is important, right? I mean, look, for example, I have all these degrees and diplomas, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, for the most part, I've been successful and I've found jobs and all that. But, there was a point that, I was unemployed for like 2 years. It took me like 2 years to find a job. With all my degrees and experience and good looks, whatever, I couldn't purchase a job. I mean, look, that's during COVID, right? Yeah, COVID really, mashed up a lot of things. But even after that thing kind of settled down, I go back to school, get a diploma, and kind of, I would say maybe I didn't change my career, in total. My God, why are people driving so reckless? People just driving carelessly. Yeah, I didn't really change my career path per se, but I did enhance it. I upped it a bit. You have many people with MBAs and PhDs and PH3s or whatever it is. But the bottom line is it's a competitive landscape. So it's better to be educated so it looks good on your resume, CV, right? So you have a better chance of being hired somewhat. But the key to finding a job is to have contacts, not having all these, degrees and all that. It's about, having contacts and connections, knowing people. That's what I find counts, because many jobs are not posted, they're actually internal. Because, you learn a lot of things in high school and university that you'll never use again, ever. Like, for example, look, you learn calculus. You learn all these fancy equations, algebra, like a squared plus b squared equals c squared or whatever, quadratic equations. Bro, put the fries on the back. Yeah, you'll never use those. But again, it all depends on what field you're going into. If you're going into some computer sciences and you're going into, maybe teaching, you want to be a professor, yeah, you can, whatever, that's fine. So I'm not knocking all those, professors and people that put a lot of time into that stuff. I respect, you guys for that. But realistically speaking, if you have a degree in history or philosophy or English, what are you going to do with that? What, like these days, what are you going to do with your history degree? And again, good on you for getting that. It's amazing. You can become a history teacher. There's a career path, yeah, in certain, but it's limited. That's all I'm saying, right? So don't get me wrong. I respect all, degrees and all, whatever you want to educate yourself in, that's fine. But I'm just saying, in general, some degrees, some stuff are just not going to be useful if you're looking for, a regular job today. And I'm actually doing, not, after university, I was like done. I want to get out of there. Like I have a 4-year degrees, 4-year degree. I did chemistry. I was a bio major first, and then I did chemistry. And I rather chemistry, but I really want to get out of there. You know, I'm like, I'm done with school. But then after I went back again, I guess I'm addicted now. So I have like, you know, another college degree, and now I'm back again. So you know, education can be really addictive in certain respects. So who's on the line, guy? Put in the comments. What's up? I'm on my way to work. Hi, what's up, John Franco? Hello, John Franco. Never mind me, guys. I'm trying to keep myself in good spirits as I navigate this rainy day in Toronto. And I got my friend Jan Franco in the house. There you have it, guys. I'm giving you a bird's eye view of Toronto. Maybe I'll give you. Can you guys see my sunroof? Look at the sunroof anymore, moonroof, so you can see how cloudy it is. I wonder what's in that building. I hope it's not a missile silo or something. So yesterday, while at work, I was on like, I mean, my tank was about on not E, but it was like kind of a little bit above quarter. I had to get gas because I don't like to be like lower than, you know, half a tank or quarter tank. But especially when you live in Canada, you don't want to take the chance, you know, with running out of gas, because you run out of gas in minus 20 degrees or minus 30, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. I would say you're in trouble, Molly. Yeah, so I always keep my tank almost full or full. And I'm not rich yet, okay? So no way you guys say, oh, he's showing off, he's rich. No, bro. I'm open to donations. But you know, even today, you know, the weather. What's my camera taking pictures of me? You know, I have this camera, you know, dash cam, and then sometimes it just takes a picture of me all of a sudden, or at least, you know, the roads, because it sees. I think it's like a three-ray camera. Yeah, it shows the front, the rear, and the inside of the car. But you know, usually just suddenly takes a picture, and it's not like, you know, I hit something. So I don't know why that happens. But usually it's designed so, you know, if an accident happens, if somebody bumped your car, it takes a picture. So if you try to take off, you're gonna go to jail. It's gonna you know, take a picture of what happened, but it's just kind of weird. So what's happening, guys? Gianfranco, where are you joining from? It sounds Italian. Am I right? Are you Italiano, Canadiano, or Americano? I don't know when this weather's gonna get uh, good, guys. I mean, you can see it's raining. I mean, I don't know if I should say I rather the rain than the snow. What I rather is sun. I like when it's sunny. But, you know, Canada is very cold. I mean, I'm really tired of this cold weather. I mean, look, it's 7 degrees. I'm not sure what it's going up to. I think it's going up to maybe 12 degrees today or 10. But I think it's going to rain the entire week. I mean, it's spring, right? So, I mean, you got to love the rain for all the plants. You know, plants are beautiful, flowers are beautiful, and you know, we gotta share the planet with them, of course, and they give us life. You know, they allow us to breathe oxygen and stuff. So you gotta be happy for the plants and animals, of course. But I'm telling you, man, you know, I was saying to myself, I'm not gonna wear my winter jacket. So every time I go out, I leave my winter jacket behind. But look, there it is in the back. I decided I'm gonna bring it with me because I'm not getting caught in a snowstorm again. And you know, my car dealership, they keep calling me and keep, you know, they text me, oh yeah, come in and change your snow tires or your winter tires. And I refuse to go in right now because I'm telling you, if you're Canadian, you can expect another snowstorm or snowfall, even though it's May. Because listen, I've lived there most of my life and I have experienced that. Okay, June has been cold. OMG, man, what is happening? When will it stop, guys? So what's going on? What's popping, guys? Where are you guys joining me from? And this beautiful day in Toronto. Oh, I think look at those that landscape, guys. You can see the I think that's Mississauga. Yeah, it's beautiful actually. We usually go there. I mean, my I have family in Mississauga. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you guys where I live, but oh, there's Vaughan Mills. I mean, I like Vaughan Mills. Vaughan Mills, it's a huge mall. I don't think I've walked through the entire Vaughan Mills. I mean, you know, we take the kids, and by the time we're done shopping, and so we're tired, so we're like, let's get out. But Vaughan Mills is it's a nice mall. You know, if you're not familiar with Vaughan Mills, it's one of the, you know, the newer malls and the bigger, you know, the bigger mall in Toronto. It's pretty nice, but I think the food court could do some work. They need like a Jolly Beer and stuff. They just have like basic stuff, and it's, you know, it's always crowded. So if you're just joining, guys, I'm just on my way to work, just chit chatting, chilling, trying to keep my spirits up on this 2 hour drive, guys. Can you imagine going to work every day for a 2 hour drive? It's insane, man. I would say, well, why do you work from home? Well, guess what I do? I used to work from home about 2 hours per, you know, 2 hours, 2 days per week, 2 or 3 days per week, right? But you know, my boss kind of wanted me to come in some more. I'm like, okay, boss, you pay my bills, so oh, look at that. Oh, I can't show you a company called Bulletproof. So you know, you pay my bills. So hey, you want me to come in more often? I got no complaints. I'm willing, guys, because I gotta eat. I gotta put a roof over my head, and I gotta feed my family. So, guys, do you guys know this highway? The I-507, guys. This highway is expensive, but you know what? This cuts out about 20, maybe 30 minutes of traffic. You know, depending on the road conditions. But I'm telling you, it's super expensive. But you know what? I got my trusty transponder over there, and I think the transponder saves a bit of cash. I know back in the day, it used to be like, uh, I think, you know, entering the 507, I think you pay like 275. Maybe it's like $5 now, you know. So I don't know. It's quite expensive. I mean, is it worth it? Uh, I don't know. To me, you know, the driving is very. Uh, so is it worth paying? I mean, $5, and then depending on how far you drive, it's the next. I don't know, maybe $20. So it's like you're Uber driving. You're hiring yourself and paying, you know, for a toll. I don't know that. See, do you guys hear that? My camera is taking pictures of me again. It's like, oh, you were sweet. I gotta take a picture of you. Yeah, but I mean, look, it's. I'm not even gonna say if it's worth it or not, but to save time, I think it's fine. Because I don't like the bills. It's way too high. You can easily rack up like thousands of dollars if you keep taking this highway. But it's really fast. It's usually never congested. There's quite a few lanes. So you guys know it has its perks, right? But at least there is sometimes I guess most of the time I work from home on Fridays. So today and tomorrow is just this crazy drive into work, my 2 hour drive or one and a half hour drive, and then yeah, on Friday I can little usually chill, not really chill. I mean I'm working, but at least I don't have to be stuck in traffic. Like yesterday on my way home, it was crazy. I mean I got for it's very rare to have this highway to be congested. I mean if there's an accident, obviously, or maybe construction, but I was stuck in traffic for like I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20. May not sound like a long time, but you know, nobody wants to be stuck in traffic. If you're from Toronto, traffic is the order of the day. So let's see, guys. I'm gonna end this live in a few minutes, but I just want to give you guys a chance to like, share, and subscribe. If you like my live drive chat, guys, please subscribe. Do me a solid. Who comes up with that? Is it an Italian term? Yo, Vinny, do me a solid. I think it's a term from like I don't know the 80s, 90s. And you guys don't call me old, okay? I'm a young guy, relatively speaking. But you see, guys, look, the highway is pretty smooth. If I was on the I 400, well, or the what do you call it, Neil? Um, yeah, the 400 or the 427, you'd be crawling and begging on your knees for traffic to move. But here in on the beautiful 407, you pay a lot of cash. But look, I'm moving. I'm not stuck in traffic, honking my horn. I'm waving at people on that bus. They're probably going, why is that man waving? They're not used to friendliness. Do you guys notice that people are not as friendly anymore? I mean, I live in Toronto, right? I mean, you could say I grew up in Toronto, and but things change. I mean, Toronto is like a friendly city. The neighborhood that I grew up in, it was amazing. Everyone knew each other. We ride our bikes, we play sports, blah blah. It was a lot of fun, right? And people were like, more chill. But I noticed that these days, people are not that friendly. Trust me. Um, I mean, I'm respectful. I'm friendly to everyone. Whatever. And I know not everybody's gonna like you per se, but in general, people are kind of. I find people are very stuck on, very rigid and very nervous. It's hard to make friends, like true friends. I mean, yeah, people will say hi, whatever. If they're in the mood, right? But I find that things really change when it comes to being friendly. Uh, like for example, in my neighborhood, it's a family neighborhood. And, people have their kids, whatever. So we take our kids to the park, right? And there's families there with the kids, whatever. And sometimes when we're like walking and People are walking their dogs or pets, whatever, whatever. And like I'd say, I remember like just say, say hi, people walking by, just standard thing, we're humans, whatever. Say hi, nobody will answer. Talking to myself like, okay. And look, they're not obligated to say hi. They're not obligated to say anything. But it's just kind of weird, If somebody says hi to me, I'm gonna say hi back. Even if they don't say hi to me, you can give a little smile, whatever. You can mind your own business. And again, look, maybe some people are going through a tough time. I understand that, so don't chew me up in the comments. But I just think it's just the way I grew up. The way you just like the principle, respect. It's just what I'm used to. You know what I mean? I'm not used to people being mean. I mean, now I am because everybody has changed, right? The way things are now, people are just kind of stressed. I mean, the cost of living is high, so people are not happy. But still, you can still say hi. I mean, I live in a place called Mississauga before. I lived there for like 17 years, you know, before I moved from my old neighborhood. And it was quite a change from my old neighborhood. I mean, we're kids then, whatever. But I don't remember my neighbor's name. Yeah, 16, 17 years. I don't know my neighbor's name. And part of the reason is that I never really came outside and hang around that neighborhood too much. I always go back, in Toronto. Most of my friends are there. So I'll see my neighbor and I'll say hi. We'll say hi, whatever, blah blah blah. But I never really, I don't know. It's we never really connected in terms of like being very close. And I mean that's fine. There's people that live on the next street. You'll be very close to them. You'll talk to them friendly. And then there are people that live right next to you, and maybe they don't like you, whatever. But at least you say hi. But I'm just saying, it's hard to make friends now. It's very tough. People are very stressed, and understandably so, because there's so many things going on in the world. The world is a crazy place, you know. But we just got to look out for each other and try to continue to respect each other, and just kind of understand that people are going through a tough time, I guess. So, guys, thank you for joining. This is the live drive in rainy Toronto. Just giving you I just got a bird's eye view. I don't know if birds look at this view. Maybe that's a bird's eye view. Maybe seeing the moon roof. This is what I'm saying, guys. There's no traffic jam on this highway. I think maybe 99% of the time when you take this highway, it will be clear. But it's very weird because the 401 is maybe the same width or the same size of this highway. I mean, I'm not sure if this have maybe an extra lane, but it's just kind of weird that this highway is, mostly clear versus the 401 that's usually quite congested. So this is 99% of the time this is clear, and 99% of the time the 401 is congested. And then the Down Valley parking lot or DVP, oh my God, that one is crazy. But I guess there are other factors. It's location, and obviously more people work downtown. Maybe more people use the 401. And the next thing is you gotta pay for this, right? So maybe you guys probably won't like me for this, but maybe if we start to charge for the 401, maybe less people will take it. Oh my gosh, I better be. Welcome, guys. Welcome to my live drive. I appreciate you guys. Please hit the subscribe button, folks. I'm also trying to get some watch time. YouTube, they denied my monetization. Why can't I speak today, guys? Yeah, they denied my monetization monetization. Um, Even though I have, more than 1,000 subscribers, I have I had more than 4,000 hours watch time, and I said, hey, you don't like yours content. Ah, so now I got to start from scratch. I got to try to, you know, regroup. So I'm trying to, build up an audience. And you know what? In life, you got to do that. I think somebody said you fall 7 times, and you get up 8. I think the Bible said something similar too. Morning, guys. What's going on? Where are you guys joining from? I see one comment from Gianfranco. My friend Gianfranco, welcome to my live. Oh, you know what? I should actually put my GPS on because I don't want to pass my. Oh yeah, here it is. Gate. I almost gave away my where I work. Go, go. Alerts only. Okay, go. Oh, sweet. So I just didn't want to pass my stop. I guess funny story. Yesterday I was on my way to work, and this facility that I work at, it's relatively new. I mean, I know how to get there, using the other highways, but it takes me like at least half an hour more to get there if I don't take this route. So anyway, I put in my GPS, to go to work, and then I'm wondering, it's telling me get off at the next stop or the next exit. I'm like, that's kind of strange. I don't remember doing that. So before I did that, something said, look a little bit deeper into where it's sending me. It was taking me to my old job. So I was like, oh my god, it's a good thing I didn't follow this GPS, because the GPS, you can't trust them. I mean, the GPS has actually told me, go one direction and then it said take a U-turn. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. So you got to be careful with GPS. So there you go, guys. I'm taking you guys to work. Oh, look at those nice houses, guys. Can anyone in Toronto afford a house anymore? It's a little bit insane that, people can't afford a house. I mean, you can't afford rent, and you can't afford a house. Like, where can you live? At the streets? It's kind of sad, man. And, the thing about it is, rent is more expensive than mortgages these days, right? But the problem with owning a house is you have to come up with like $200,000 down payment. And who the heck has that? We gotta eat, we gotta live, we gotta survive. So, it's a pretty big struggle for anyone to afford housing in Toronto. And I've seen people renting out like their kitchen, like having. Oh my god! I mean, I shouldn't be laughing, but yeah, people have like literally. I've seen people rent out an electrical room in their house, like basically putting curtains, partitioning sections in their house where people you basically just sleep there. I mean, that's insane. And they're charging like, I don't know, 1,500, 1,000 for like a small little space. But I think the average rent for like I don't know, the average rent for like a 2 bedroom is like maybe, I don't know, $2,000. For a 3 bedroom is like maybe 3,000 to 4,000 bucks. Okay, I don't want that. I know that was a cop, whatever. So I don't want him to see me filming the hut. So yeah, rent's expensive, man. And if you're not making 200,000 plus per year, you're gonna be in trouble. So that's why you need at least to survive in Canada. You need at least two people that's working in your household full time and making good cash. I'm not talking about 50, 60,000 bucks. You got to be making over 100K. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to be making over 100K to really make it here in TO, or pretty much anywhere in the world. I mean, the entire world is expensive now. Like, I took my family to Jamaica.
Save 7 minutes via Bronte Road.
Oh, sure, I'll save 7 minutes. So this baby's telling me, I can save 7 minutes on my journey if I go to certain exits. I'll save some time. So yes, I took my family to Jamaica, and it was great. I had lots of fun. But it's really expensive. Really expensive. I took, quite a bit of money for, this kind of spending, helping the locals, whatever. And it was gonzo with bonzo really fast. Yeah, but Jamaica is expensive, boy. And I have no idea where the money went. I mean, maybe because we bought some souvenirs. Souvenirs are really expensive. But look, I don't really complain because, you want to help the economy. Uh, people are struggling there, so whatever you can do to, help people out, if you can, you're not obligated to. But for myself personally, I don't mind helping people out. I've been helping people all my life, even now, and it's a good thing. Yeah. So guys, thanks for joining. If you're just joining, I'm just on my way to work, and I just want to say hello to my fan base. And this is, I don't know, I just say Toronto. Somebody call it the GTA. I mean, Toronto used to be like downtown, like or whatever. But many years ago they changed it to the GTA. So I think even Mississauga they call it the GTA, or certain parts. So it's a little bit confusing. But I just say Toronto. So I'm gonna end this live now, guys. So I appreciate you guys joining. I've been live for like 43, 44 minutes. So I'm gonna cut it off now. But please hit the subscribe button, folks. And I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, guys. And I hope you guys will join me. So show some love, guys. Subscribe if you like. Thank you, guys. Have yourself a wonderful day. Ciao. Ciao, Bella. Take care, guys.